To help us understand what all this means, the P. Diddy stuff, the Timberlake stuff, I'm joined now by Neama Rahmani. He is president of West Coast Trial Lawyers and a former federal prosecutor. Thank you for being with us, Neama. First of all, what do you make of this Timberlake situation? So they've now revealed that there was a woman who came and drove the car back after Timberlake got arrested and that she was drunk too. I mean, how does that really play into what he's accused of, though?
Brian, I understand the argument, but the former prosecutor in me says a judge is not going to let it in. Someone else being drunk or under the influence or intoxicated doesn't really have any bearing on whether Timberlake was. And Timberlake blew a stop sign. He swerved twice. He emitted an odor of alcohol. He had bloodshot water in his eyes. And most importantly, he failed multiple field sobriety tests before refusing a breathalyzer. So if law enforcement botched the case or someone else was obviously drunk, I don't think a judge is going to let a collateral case, an entirely different trial, come into this case because of how officers handled this woman.
And how would they go back, Neama, and even figure out at this point, like, if she actually was drunk? Isn't it too late now?
It is. And let's not forget, she was ahead of Timberlake. She circled back around. Her husband was driving. Apparently, she got out of the car and she was talking to police officers and saying, are you really going to arrest Justin Timberlake? So at a minimum, they were able to evaluate her speech, her demeanor, her stature, and they determined that she was not under the influence, at least based on that cursory inspection. Whereas Timberlake, of course, went through the full battery of tests.
So putting her aside, do you think Timberlake ends up getting off? Because his lawyer seems so confident. There's never been like a statement with an apology admitting anything. They seem pretty confident that they're going to win this. What do you think?
Well, defense lawyers can be confident, and ultimately it's going to be up to a jury. But I like the prosecution's case here. Obviously, you would prefer to have a chemical test, so you have that blood alcohol content. But I think the totality of the circumstances, the driving pattern, the demeanor, and importantly, those field sobriety tests, they're going to have an expert come and talk about how that affects driving, how it shows someone's impaired or intoxicated. I put my money on the prosecution in this case, Brian.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Okay.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.